The other thing I want to talk about too is the organization of the Atlanta Airport bullpen. And bullpen was a point of production organization. The old airport was a long, I'm going to take time to try to explain this. I wish I could have a picture. But there were 4 parallel lines with taxis assembled in the old bullpen. And it extended for about, these 4 lines extended for about almost a quarter of a mile. So you pull into the bullpen, if this line was back, you know, you pick a number, and then these lines would pull up. So every time taxis would go up to the pickup area, 4 or 5 spaces would be created. So everybody in the bullpen had to turn their car on and pull the car up. Now, we went through an enormous amount of starters and solenoids and all kind of switches and all kind of wear and tear on the vehicles that were unnecessary. They wanted to implement this same system with the new airport. So a committee of us was elected from the bullpen to go up there and talk to the people about reorganizing this so that we don't have to stay in our cars and pull it up every time somebody goes up to pick up a fare. So if you go out to the airport now, you will see a circular bullpen. I don't know if you've seen it, but it has 35 parallel lines containing about anywhere from 8 on the end to about in the middle there about 14 or 15 cars. But when the system would load, like if these cars, this line would go up to a starting point, these cars here wouldn't have to move. And I remember the meeting, they said, the engineers came out and said, well, this is what we propose. Do you have any other proposal? And he said, well, you're damn right, we got a proposal. So we outlined this, and then they asked the engineers, do you think that would work? And the engineer says, well, I don't know. It looks kind of weird to us, blah, 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 but we'll do some research and come back with you. So I said, well, we'd like to be in on the meeting. So they came back and showed us how it would not work. And we answered every question they had, right? And then the airport administrators, they didn't want to be upset because the cab drivers was about to close, do something to their new airport. So rather than that, they said, well, let them have their system. Let them fuck up. Let them do what they want to do. And then when the bullpen opened, they got it wrong. The thing was supposed to load from this side, the right side, and come up this way. They had it coming up from that way. And the drivers were upset. Drivers said, damn, they got it wrong, blah, 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 blah. I said, no, wait a minute. It'll work that way too. So it's still working. And it saves them a lot of real estate and everything. Right. But this was workers' self-organization in the bullpen at that opportune moment. And I'm very proud of that, really. I'm very proud of that. I mean, we showed the engineers how all of their book learning and all that kind of stuff was not as good as what we came up with ourselves. Man, that was really good. The cab driver was very proud too. They said, "Yeah, man, we did this," and they did. I mean, actually, the way it happened was we were discussing it. The cab drivers said, "Damn, man, they do this here, man. We're gonna go through solenoid. Can we come up with something new?" And there's some guys, contracting guys and stuff. So they started talking among themselves, and then the system actually emerged out of these discussions, and it made sense. You know what I mean? Everybody saw it.